Hey everybody, Animon Clendor here, continuing my Avatar Theory trilogy with part 2. Last time we talked about Avatar The Last Airbender and how the villains, the 7 main villains, can be applied to the 7 deadly sins. And this time, I'd like to talk about the Legend of Korra and the 4 main villains for the 4 seasons of Legend of Korra. They are Amon, Unalaq, Zahir, and Kovira. And I did not think about this until recently, when I started to wonder, could the 4 main villains of Legend of Korra be applied to the 4 dark horses of Apocalypse? Well, let's take a look at the 4 villains. Amon, his entire point to Season 1 was to create a war. He wanted equality. He wanted to make all the benders become non-benders. He wanted to take away their bending, equalize the world, and he would do that through this war that he was creating. His entire point to the story was to create a war. That was his end game. So, I think that's pretty fair to. I think it's pretty fair to say that he is the reincarnation of war. Then there's Unalaq, who wanted to revive the ultimate dark spirit and create the end of the world by destroying both spirits and humans alike, and only a select few who he deemed worthy would be able to survive. Everyone else would have nothing but death. Here's the symbol of death. Then, Zahir, who is, by the way, my personal favorite of the 4 main villains. Zahir, when we first see him, he is up in his prison, high up above the clouds. It is freezing cold up there. It's gotta be freezing cold up there. And he has to survive on 1 bowl of rice for 3 weeks. And then when he escapes, he makes it his mission to kill all the world leaders and give their gold, their clothes, their houses, and their food to the people who don't have it. To the people who don't have it. Almost like Robin Hood, in a way, but a villain. And on top of that, when he does end up, spoilers, killing the Earth Queen, the people react in a way similar to a plague, as if a plague has come over Ba Sing Se. So, and on top of that, the way they animate the poison that Zahir uses to try to kill Korra is almost like a plague that takes hold and starts killing the person that it infects. So, whether you believe the 3rd horseman is plague or famine, either way, I think it can fit Zahir. Then we come to Kovira, who, in my opinion, is one of the lesser interesting villains. for Legend of Korra. But in recent episodes, in the newest episode, which, spoiler alert, when Kuvira decides to shoot the cannon over at the building that our heroes are in, they have her fiancé with them. They captured him. She still fires at them, even though the one she loves, well, supposedly loves, is there with them. She is going to kill him along with them. So, that proved, in my eyes anyway, she is willing to do whatever it takes. She's willing to sacrifice whoever she has to in order to accomplish her dream of world conquest. She is the embodiment of conquest. So there you go. The 4 main villains of Legend of Korra can be applied to the 4 Horsemen of Apocalypse. Now, join me next time for part 3 of this trilogy, where I will talk about Season 2's Rava and Vatu, and how they fit into all this kind of religion stuff that I've been talking about. I'll see you then. Take care.